Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The human rights lawyer Femi Falana has maintained his stand on challenging the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Labaja's statements regarding his disapproval of Nigerians to bear arms to protect themselves from terrorists, bandits, and other criminals. Falana, in an interview on Channels Television's Sunrise Daily program on Wednesday, said that it is incorrect to say that Nigerians have no right to bear arms, stressing that the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria guarantees self-defense. Now, my country people, in the first place, we have to discuss the right and examine the property. It is not correct to say that Nigerians have no right to bear arms. He noted that the penal code applicable in the north and the criminal code applicable in the south recognize the right to self-defense. In other words, if somebody aims a gun at you and you quickly grab another gun, you have the right to shoot because you are doing that in self-defense because the law allows it. So at this point, Nigerians should bear arms, but you are required to apply for the license. He noted that the right to self-defense is also guaranteed by the Constitution, adding that all is required to do is to make sure that you get a license. Well, my country people, Falana emphasized all these things. Now, he's saying all these things because of what transpired in Plateau State. What transpired in Plateau State was a very, unfortunate incident. According to him, every citizen is entitled to his or her own right to life. Now, people that are entitled to their own right to life, how can someone else come into their state and take their lives? All this surrounds the tragic death in Plateau State, where Falana said that even till date, nobody has challenged the police, nobody has challenged the DSS on what happened and whether they were asleep when the terrorists attacked the communities and killed these people, noting that this has become a reoccurring incident in the state, pointing out the fact that in the past, the federal and the state governments, they set up judicial panels of inquiry, but their reports and recommendations were never implemented, and those that were arrested were not prosecuted. And the major problem that the federal government and the state government have refused to address is the refusal of the government to establish ranches for herdsmen. Before the former President Muhammad Buhari left office, he made available about 6.2 billion to build ranches in Katsina alone. But when it challenged other states to claim the same amount of money for ranches, none of them did. At this point, this is really getting out of hands. He cited the recent killings in the two local government areas in Plateau State. The human rights lawyer noted that they are police stations, they are offices of the State Security Service, yet such tragedy was not averted. Now, where were they when these people striked? Where were the police when these terrorists striked? Is it that they were tired, or is it that they don't have weapons to fight off these terrorists? Now, Falana lamented that politicians arm young people, noting that it is reported all the time that political thugs have been arrested with guns. Now, these guns found on them are being given to them by politicians. So it's obvious that only the rich class gets to have arms, while the poor ones are left to, fend for themselves and pray to God for safety, because this country is no longer safe. So, my country people, the license is only given to the rich, according to Femi Falana. The poor does not have access to license of bearing arms. The government has a duty to defend the right or the right to life of every citizen. Now, where the government fails, you are simply asking the citizens to take care of themselves, which is a dangerous situation. Ever since what transpired in Plateau State happened, people have been making calls that they think it's high time. Nigerians are actually saying, well, we think it's high time that people should go around bearing arms, because anything might happen and the government are not there to save you. The security agencies won't be there to save you, so you have to save yourself. The thing is, the government does not allow this. The common man cannot bear arm to defend himself. Meanwhile, terrorists are carrying arms, firearms, going around killing people, wasting the lives of people, and at the end of the day, these terrorists are not prosecuted, even when some of them are being arrested. And this is injustice, because human lives really matter. Human lives matter, and no one has the right to take the life of another person. So the government is not doing enough to protect the lives of the citizens. That's why people are resorting to seeking self-help, to helping themselves by getting arms for themselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was right after all. The Zoo citizens has to wake up now. The only thing we noticed this year is that this man has been there. Well, he has come back to win the Nigerian World Cup. This year, una no suppose gree for anybody. Everyone must carry arms. We no go gree for anybody this year. Okay, guys. Festus Keyamo, who was once an activist, has since joined APC. When he started eating and dining with politicians, his mouth is now filled with lies and deceitful remarks. He has lost his conscience as a human rights lawyer and activist. May God continue to bless Femi Falana San for being honest, for being steadfast, and an advocate of truth to the poor and the helpless Nigerians. Well, it seems that Falana has gained my heavy respect, but at this point, what can we do? It means that only wealthy people can afford can afford to buy arms for themselves. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. So, my country people, what Femi Falana is trying to say is that every Nigerian, be you rich or poor, has the right to bear arms for self-defense. Note, for self-defense. But in this country, only the wealthy people, only the influential people are given license to these firearms. The average Nigerians and the poor ones does not have access to get license to fire to arms to defend themselves. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.